Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a horror role-playing game based upon the fictional works of H.P. Lovecraft. Your investigators of the unknown are Brian as Jack Whiteside.
I love my blackcurrant.
Shit. Gabe as Roy Arroyo.
I don't even know what a spoiler is. Is that one of those car thingamabobs?
Pretty much.
The hood?
Yeah, that.
And Matt as Rocky Arroyo.
Oh, do show some restraint, Roy. The last thing I want to do is see you skinny dipping.
That's a lie.
That's totally a lie. You know, all of our Patreon members and Discord members have already shipped you guys, so brothers or not.
That's enough.
That's enough. Well, how's everybody doing tonight?
Excellent.
Did you have a good day?
Pretty good,
Yes.
because I'm
Busy.
pretty and I'm good.
It's not really night.
Well, it's 6:06, so that's not too...
My night cutoff.
60606060606.
You know, if I was in Detroit with you guys, you'd be eating dinner right about now.
We're not right now, though. I had
Dropping
dinner
fat feet.
before we recorded. It was
my Lord.
pretty nice.
I'm having dinner after we record, and it's going to be a eggplant sub with melted mozzarella and fresh sauce on it.
How are they going to see out the porthole if it's melted mozzarella?
No.
You've been jammed.
Why is my fucking cat going crazy now?
'Cause
He's
it's a
doing
cat.
what?
She.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a moment to read some letters from beyond. On Twitter, at Mr. Beardsley reports, starting off the latest episode of At Lovecraft Tapes, and he starts off thanking the players and everyone. My first thought is, oh, that's sweet. My immediate second thought is, oh God, please don't kill them all this episode. Never know with COC.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die, guys. It was
You
nice
weren't
knowing you.
Johnny?
I've died 3 times. I'm good.
And at Justin Levesque suggests, I think it's time at Lovecraft Tapes and the team seek out the Mothman, who's up for a road trip.
Yeah.
We're going to West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
Lick my
We can go for
home.
sheep squatch while we're there as well.
Denver isn't in West Virginia. I don't think he realizes that fact.
But the mountain mama is.
On Facebook, Jeffrey Young enthuses, hey guys, I had just binged through all of your podcasts in the past week. It made me want to play Call of Cthulhu so bad. You guys did a great job. Thanks for all the jokes and taco fish. Love me some taco fish.
Me too. Whoa, reverse burps are
Talk about taco fish. Reverb. Speaking of Facebook, we did get a lot of reaction for episode 74's title, Double Fisting, including Nomen Neskio, who suggested, next episode, Roy Does Dallas.
I knew it. Roy?
I like Houston better.
Roy Does Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Oh, she's dead.
Too soon.
Too
Too
soon.
soon.
Tomorrow, then.
And finally on Facebook, Matthew Verrett complains regarding episode 72. I'm a longtime fan and really appreciate all the time and effort you guys put into the show. Unfortunately, I have 2 problems with your latest episode. I was very disappointed with your sponsor's commercial. It was disgusting and inappropriate. I cannot believe you would allow that on your show. Shame on all of you. My second problem is that there was no contact information for the product in the commercial. Where can I buy it?
They had me going for the
Right there.
first half there, not gonna lie.
Ha 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 ha. That was funny.
I don't get it.
That was the Edible Undies commercial. In case you didn't remember that. So on Discord.
Just send me a message and I'll send you a pair.
Yeah, Brian's got them.
They'll be huge.
Heavily used.
Their bites taken out of them.
Just only in the crotchal region.
Crotchal.
Yeah. It's like
New
a
word.
satchel, but different.
It's a bag, Brian. It's a sack.
Satchel.
On Discord, at Bifford asks, Roy keeps saying everyone he loves is dead. So he doesn't love his wife, his hundreds of kids, himself?
Nope.
I definitely don't love myself, and the other people are just like, they're fine.
There you go, Bifford. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
There's a horse?
On
Don't
Patreon.
call me a whore.
Horse is a horse, of course. On patreon.com/Lovecraft tapes, Ravens in the Attic commented on episode 70, I'm glad all the important parts of the show made it off the island. If the shredders, printers, whatever, hadn't made it, that would have been a loss to the world. Also, who doesn't love children, pudding, and eldritch horrors in a podcast?
The people who have to face them.
Yes.
Shredders never forget.
I never face a shredder.
Finally, a special thank you to our latest Patreon supporters, including Manda Mikola, Jeffrey Young, Alexander Campbell, Jeremy Griffith, and Zachary Harley, from whom you will hear much more shortly. Plus, welcome back, Malambra57.
Mambo 57.
I knew it.
I prefer Mambo number 5, but it
I
teaches.
definitely
A
don't.
little Monica.
I don't either.
Sorry.
I like Monica, though.
All right, guys. Before we begin, we do need to take a quick commercial break. Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And we're
What's
back.
the deal with airline food?
What do they do? You eat it? What? I don't get it. Huh?
And we're back.
We are?
Back again. Yeah, now we're
Why
back.
can't I remember the beginning of this
Tell a
podcast?
friend.
What?
This
what
is when I
was that
say, and we're
advertisement?
back, and then you guys say something witty.
That's what I was doing.
As a lead up to
Something
my huge speech.
Excuse me? Whoa, hey.
My huge tracts of land. I've heard through the grapevine that if you buy that product and or service, then bury it in your front yard, you'll sell your house the very next day, even if you haven't listed it yet.
I like the way that he always scripts stuff because he knows we're not good enough at improv.
So does that mean if I don't like the guy next door and I bury it in his yard, it'll sell his house?
Ooh.
No.
Okay,
if-
I will take 2.
No, if you don't like the guy next door, then you take him and you bury him in your front yard.
Oh,
You got this all wrong, Matt.
That might explain why the cops are out there.
I would
right
like to
now.
cancel
And you're right,
my
Gabe.
orders.
You guys aren't very good at improv. Clearly. All right.
And, yes, and?
Yes, and now,
And
dear investigators, we continue. Chapter 8, TRYST.
Hell,
Well, let me get my script out. Hold on.
Try Street.
Here's my script right here. I wrote it earlier today. Previously on the Lovecraft tapes. After the firefight in the Albatross bar, each of the investigators experienced... Ugh, that didn't roll off the tongue. Okay, got it. After the firefight in the Albatross bar, each of the investigators experiences lucid night terrors, hosted by helpful hauntings who provide further clues to their gruesome murders on Tristan da Cunha. Strong coffee is brewed the morning after, and over steaming mugs, the embattled group decides it might be time to explore a certain crumbling church further. They find more than expected, however, as the insidious evidence gathers to form a chilling proposition, while the townsfolk stare forlornly out at the mounting waves, and the inactive volcano grumbles unexpectedly from deep underground like a giant on the verge of awakening from a long, deep sleep. It is currently early morning, and the investigators most certainly wish they were still swaddled in their cozy blankets, wide-eyed but warm, like little children fearing the cold floor on their bare feet or the drooling monster beneath their beds. Ring around the rosy. Jack. You are standing in a cave hidden deep beneath the old crumbling church at the bottom of a spiral staircase. A pool of water has collected in the center, and from below the surface it glows with a supernatural azure light. The syncopated drip, drip, drip of moisture from the jagged ceiling into the azure-lit pool seems somehow familiar? Like a dark, tentacled shadow rising from the deep, you feel a nebulous memory trying to claw its way back into your consciousness.
Ooh.
Jack, I'm going to need you to make
Baby.
Cthulhu Mythos roll.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, I get why he gave it to us now.
It'll be a couple minutes.
And Chiro, just so you know, we're having a little bit of a delay on our rolls on roll 20. So
Yeah.
the usual.
I needed a 5, which is easy to get. And I got a 77, which is
What
a
a
success.
loser.
Fail. It's a fail.
Just leave.
So,
Okay.
Jack, you're standing there looking in the pool, and you feel this memory start to rise. And instinctively, you press it down. You do not want to remember what's coming or what may have happened.
Tuck that thing back in, man.
Sorry.
Zip.
I felt it rise.
So
I dive in.
you feel this really weird chill creep over your body just for a moment. And then just like almost like relief. And your mind is completely clear of any strange, shadowy things.
Where will
What
you
about
be
my
when the
vision? Is
peyote
my vision
kicks in?
clear?
Rocky, you are standing at the edge of a pool hidden in the cavern far below St. Mary's Church, gazing into the water and sensing a tinge of that vertigo-inducing deja vu you felt while playing with the children yesterday. The surface of the pool is shimmering and shifting slightly as if there is some underground current. Without closer examination, you're not quite sure what might be generating the sapphire illumination at the bottom of the water.
Roll for
Yes.
surprise.
I'm trying to find roll for underwater illumination, but it's just not showing up.
Tell me what your
Roy!
character is doing.
I'm going to pick up like a small pebble just off the floor of the cavern and kind of walk up to the edge of the pool, and I'm just going to kind of lob it towards the center.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden, please?
I needed a 60 and I rolled a 50. That is a successful spot hidden.
All right.
And you're now in combat.
So you toss this pebble directly into the center of the pool. It's like we said before, the cave itself is about 40 by 40, and the pool takes up the center, so you can think about 20 feet across either way. And so you just lob it about 10 feet into the center and watch it drift down. You're squinting against the illumination that's coming from the bottom of the pool, and you watch this pebble just slowly sort of twirl and float in the eddies and currents, but it more or less stays in the center, and by your judgment, it probably sinks easily 60 feet before you lose sight of it. And
Oh, let's have a...
oh, sorry. And then it just sort of like becomes so bright and is absorbed you just can't see the shape anymore.
Well, whatever caused this hole made a very deep one at that. I'd say it's more than 60 feet. Also, there's something in there that's causing some sort of series of cross currents under the water.
All right. And why don't you give me a intelligence roll?
2 for 2. I needed a 60. I rolled a 21. That's a hard success.
Okay.
Nice.
So there are two things that snap into focus for you as you watch this pebble sink to, well, not really a bottom. It just kept going. There's no bottom that you can see. But you don't detect any sort of salt tinge to the air. So this must be probably a freshwater pool of some sort. And you know from your education and experiences that many times when there's a bit of phosphorescence in an underground cavern, it's usually due to lichen.
Oh God, werewolves, run!
Werewolves!
So some sort of growth, and you probably think that the pool is being lit by this phosphorescent lichen, but you won't be totally sure until you examine closer. Roy,
Hi.
you are standing in the cavern at the bottom of the spiral staircase you discovered beneath the trapdoor hidden under Reverend Lee Summers' bed. There is an unholy ruby red light being cast from the pool in the center, which makes the jagged walls seem as if they are bleeding. To the right, however, you notice what appears to be etchings on one particularly smooth section. A closer look will tell for sure, but they seem to be symbols drawn in a familiar black rock scrawl.
They're probably just Bertie Higgins lyrics. I'll further inspect that. What's that language?
No,
A cult?
you just walk over to get a closer look at this sort of red-tinged scrawl, and I'm going to pull this up here for you.
Should we not look?
You can look; it's fine.
He's gonna whip it out.
Oh.
That's
what
big.
I figured it'd look like.
Oh my God, whoever scrawled these used Microsoft Paint.
So,
Don't diss MS Paint, dude.
I know, right?
Roy, why don't you describe for the audience, the listening audience, what this looks like?
Okay, so like I've been saying this whole time, it's definitely a deep one, but like super fat. So you got waves above the head clearly, and it looks like it's got like 3Ds where eyes might be, and the whole thing is like a thing blob. No, like the blob, and it's got like I see two places where mouths could be. It probably isn't a person. It's like a gelatinous blob under what is obviously waves. It's probably what all of the people were looking at, but we wouldn't know that because I wanted to go there first, but that would take too long.
It's Meatball from Hunger Force. Come on.
It's Super Meat Boy if he was around
Nice.
underwater.
All right. And so at this point,
Can I use language? Would that help here?
No. This is what it is, so it's up to you guys to interpret it. And we're just going to go ahead and turn it over to you guys.
I see a butterfly.
So you guys can do whatever. Just keep in mind you start where you ended your little snippet, and so act accordingly.
I wish I could see what he sees. So I have a different interpretation of that.
Well, I mean, you're all in the same room, so now you're just acting. You've
Okay.
finished your little snippets. Now just interact as you would.
All right, that's natural.
It's called role playing.
Yeah, very natural role playing.
Just to confirm suspicions, I'm gonna bend down to the edge of the pool, kind of dip a couple of my fingers in, and then taste the water.
And I'll kick him in.
It is absolutely fresh water. It tastes very fresh, like almost filtered, pure spring water.
He's holding out on us.
The islanders were wrong about one thing. This entire pool is a gigantic source of fresh water. It's not
Dude,
salty.
Everybody knows if you dig down deep enough, you'll find fresh water.
And so you guys hear Rocky postulating to himself near the edge of the water.
Okay.
Talking to nobody in particular.
What'd you find, Rocky?
Well, from my observations, not only is this a large pool of fresh water, it's also quite deep. I threw a small rock in to kind of gauge things, and I'm pretty sure I lost sight of it about 60 feet down.
That's strange.
And if I had to take some sort of educated guess, I'd say the blue glow we're seeing is from some sort of phosphorescent lichen of some
A
sort.
werewolf.
I'm seeing a red glow here.
Roy,
Wait.
what'd you say?
I said I see a red glow.
Is it red to you, Jack, or was it just him?
It's blue. Azul.
And I misheard. My thing was red, not your thing.
Is it?
You need to get that checked out now. That rash is
Blue's a
spreading.
worse color than red for that.
What do you see, Roy?
Oh, on your thing? I mean, it's clearly just water. It's whatever. But my thing over here, that's the real interesting, and I'll direct them towards my
Okay.
thing. This is the real interesting thing.
Do we see it?
Yes, there appears to be something that he's indicating on the wall.
Okay.
So I guess we'll both head over that way and see what he's
Yeah, let's
looking
take
at.
a look at this. It almost
Check
looks like the part in the middle is like the small pool right in front of us. But I can't make out what the other symbols are. What do you think?
It is quite odd. I mean, they do look like the letter D almost, and
It stands
For
for
Dan.
guide.
Stands for Dan. It's been here for thousands of years. The prophecy is coming true. Yeah, I'm not sure. I wonder what the water above represents. Like maybe the water, fresh water, is coming down from on top of the volcano down to here.
unless maybe this is some sort of side view, and that's supposed to be a representation of like the top of the pool we're looking at. Maybe it's some sort of attempt to illustrate what's underneath.
That's
I go
what
over
I
to the
was
pool and
thinking,
look down in to see if I can see the D.
And I'll push him in.
No, it appears to be just,
Straight down.
Yeah, more or less like you can see the sides of the pool sort of slope in gently and then sort of disappear into the white light
Okay.
after, I don't know, as near as you can figure, maybe about 15, 20 feet.
Okay.
That's pretty clear water.
Declan, bring forth the miniature submarine. I wish to go under.
Aye, sir.
I call Rocky over. Rocky, have you ever seen anything like this with your teleportation and portal shit?
Nothing like this, no. But I can't help but feeling we're caught in the middle of something quite larger than ourselves between this discovery down here and the strange behavior either both up on the mountains and of the residents out by the water.
Yeah, I don't know that the symbol of the D in the center of the circle, if this was the pond, and then it shows 3 different locations where maybe that could come out.
D means dead.
That's your opinion, Roy.
Okay.
Hold
Then-
on a second.
Maybe I'm just reaching.
Nope.
Stop having a stroke, dude.
Declan,
Smack him in the face.
do we by
Wake
chance
up.
have a map of the island that we're on currently?
Oh, aye, sir.
Do you mind? I need it for a second.
I got it
Yep,
too.
and he hands it over to you.
So, if we were to open up the map of the location we're in and compare it to the drawing on the wall, each of those Ds would more or less line up with where one of the bodies was found, would it not?
That is correct.
That's absolutely true.
So this D at the top, is that the volcano? Is that the top of the volcano? The final body?
Possibly.
We need to get to the top of the volcano. Tally forth! Roy, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get to the top of the volcano.
I guess we're just gonna
Stat.
keep ignoring that everybody's flipping out down by the seashore, sitting on the dock of the bay, freaking out.
All right, Roy, you go check those people up.
All right, I will.
And I'm trying to think if there's a way I can... Give me a second here. There might be a way I can help.
Just tell us the answer.
I can help Matthew out slightly, but I'm going to see if this actually works or not.
It's the mini map.
Oh, it's so tiny and cute.
But I don't know if there's a way to do it like...
Overlay.
I
like-
mean, like a transparency.
Yeah.
Like put this at like 50% or something, so we can see the
Oh,
drawing
he just
underneath.
gave us the answer because he got
So-
bored.
Token layer. No, because this is
because he
something...
pulled out the map.
This is something that Rocky would have been able to
Yep.
easily figure out
Yep.
Okay.
once he made that move. Let me see here. Does this go?
So I always thought
Tint
I guess the mountain.
color, advanced, visible to editors. See,
Okay.
aura,
So I was wrong. It's not
bum, bum,
the volcano.
bum.
It's somewhere in the center of town.
Yeah, I can't really do.
And by the
too
seashore,
much of a
according to
thing.
the other
Th-
D.
Does that give you enough of a indicator?
That's where we found the first body.
I was gonna say, does the final D look like it might be us? Maybe this.
sort of like that.
Okay, so that's
So we haven't been that part of the map yet.
And maybe
We have to
even more
discover
like
it.
that.
We have to go unlock the satellite towers.
God damn it, Ubisoft.
Far
Yeah,
Cry.
Exactly right. Let me see if I can move this one layer on top of the other. If I move this to advanced layer map, and then I move these guys.
See, that's why I didn't get it right away, because we don't have a picture of the whole island.
Yep.
We just have the snippet.
Undo that.
Yeah? That thing that you just said.
Oh, the whole planet moved.
Exactly. Yeah. Boom.
God damn it.
Damn it, Ultron.
Okay, so we'll just do it this way so we can move along
Okay,
here.
that's cool.
So Rocky, you're able to easily surmise once you match up the map and look at it on one side. So this sort of represents what you're looking at, and compare it to what you're seeing. And clearly, the waves at the very top are the shoreline.
Mm-hmm.
The D, the first D here, bing, is the pier. This D here is, can you guess? The cemetery.
The cemetery, yep. And,
And
then
this
it's
one
the last
is-
one's the museum.
That's the Thatched House Museum.
Correct.
So it's not a face.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yes.
Anyways, so by your estimate, and with that beautiful intelligence roll, Rocky, that final D that Jack is so interested in towards the bottom would probably approximate where the volcano is.
Oh, good grief. Jack, you're right. We need to get to the top of that volcano as quickly as possible.
All right, let's get moving. Double time. I go back up the spiral staircase thing as quickly as I can.
I'm
as
right
safely
behind
as
him.
I can. Roy
I'll
swimming in
go.
the pool. Come in, it's
But-
awesome.
Realistically, I won't be fast enough.
What's your move?
If I swim through the pool, do you think it'll lead to the volcano? I just got to hold my breath for a while.
for a while?
Forever.
1,400 feet.
Where's my miniature
bad.
submarine, Declan?
It's in my pocket, sir.
It's called a snorkel, guys. They're pretty common.
Snorkel guys.
Snorkel, guys.
Hi, it's the name of my new YouTube channel. How'd you find that out?
Thanks.
Ew. All right, so we're heading up, and we're gonna pop out of the church. We're gonna go to the top of the volcano. We're there. We want to see.
So Jack leaps up the spiral staircase, heading as quickly as he can, but being careful at the same time because
Yeah.
those are
I want
Safety
to sprain my
first.
ankle.
exactly.
Stub my
And so are you guys following with no other?
Superpowers first, safety second.
Yeah, Rocky said he was. And
Okay.
Yeah, I
Roy
said I was right behind him.
Yeah, I'll go, but I gotta go slow.
I got to stay true to my character here. I can't be fast.
Okay, that's fair. But you're all making your way
You
to the
can't be
top,
furious,
essentially.
though.
Yeah, and then
Of course,
downtown.
I'm too furious, but not too fast.
He's no fast, too furious.
Way too furious.
It's Tokyo safe turns.
Okay, so you're back upstairs in the Reverend's bedroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
As I get up, I wave to Rocky silently to go past me, and I set the bedpan right on the edge of the stairs.
You don't even know about the bedpan.
Oh, I smelt it.
Because he dealt it.
Yeah.
This is broken immersion. You ruined the whole cancel
And then
the
I
podcast.
slowly kick it down the stairs.
Welcome
No,
to the Smash Zone.
I start heading out of the room towards the front of the church to leave.
All right. And so the three of you, actually the four of you, Declan will join you now.
Nice.
He's not invited.
Oh, he'll stay.
No mini boss?
Yeah, this guy who with 65 machine guns for hands shows up.
I am Reverend Lee Wolfenstein.
Oh, God.
And again, there is nobody in the church. It appears to be as abandoned as when you first came in.
Freaking Jews.
Low these.
They're at synagogue. It's not. I didn't mean it like that.
Jeez.
All right, so you make your way through the church and out to the front stoop. I need everyone to make a listen roll, please.
What?
I needed a 25 and I rolled a 49. That's a failure.
I immediately reached for spot hidden. That's a failure.
I needed a 28. I got a 51. That's a failure.
I needed a 65. I rolled a 28, which is a hard
Nerd.
success.
So the three of you come out, and of course Jack is in the lead because he's the first one out the door. And as the other two come up behind him, he casts his gaze out to the horizon, and Declan follows his gaze because Jack is clearly wrapped with
A blanket.
curiosity.
Paper. Oh.
Jack, you see to the north.
The north.
You can still see that the horizon to the north, but it appears to be like there's a dark line just above it.
It's the wall, people. The earth is flat.
I knew it.
It's called sea level, not sea curve.
Is this
idiot.
map true to topographical maps? So up would be north towards the water?
Yes, to the north. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not...
And
Well,
Declan leans into you, Jack, and says, I said, do you see that as well?
And I don't say anything. I just slowly reach and hold his hand.
And he yanks it back and looks nervously back at Rocky.
I see it.
I don't hear anything. What do you two
What do you
got?
make of it, sir?
I don't know. But if we have a chance at stopping whatever this is, we got to go now.
Are those people out there?
Oh, that
Standing
thing I
at the
wanted
edge?
to investigate.
I don't know if those are people or not.
Hey, take another look, sir.
Okay.
You don't have to roll. Just fucking take a look.
I think you might be right.
Audio
Puts his
podcast.
hands in circles.
What
up
are they
to his
doing?
eyes to get better
I'm
magnification.
talking. I'll stop.
Bruh.
And you
What
look
do we
towards the north, and you can see that all of the townsfolk are still standing in like a line.
Like Hands Across America line? Or
Pretty much,
a
yeah.
queue to
Pretty
check
much.
out? Okay.
Yep. And you see that the dark line above the horizon is growing taller rapidly.
Declan,
I said,
is that a tidal wave?
"Oh, saints preserve us! I think
We
you might
gotta
be
go
right."
now. We gotta go now. Everybody, let's go.
So
I run
suddenly,
out of the church.
Rocky, and Roy, you hear Jack say, "We got to go" for some reason.
All right, there's no need to panic yet.
I'm already gone.
We're
You
in the
talking to
process
yourself?
of going, Jack.
No need to panic. So I'm gonna head out of the church with him and look around. Are there any cars or any kind of anything in the immediate vicinity that we could use for a little bit of speedier travel?
No.
Damn.
Are there even cars on the island? There's only
Yeah,
like
because
11
we got picked
people.
up.
There's like
We got picked up
you got picked
in,
up by the sheriff.
That's
Yeah, the
one
constable.
communal car that they all share.
Okay.
In bed.
There are a couple here and there, but they're mostly out for the farms.
So we're in Cuba.
Pretty much.
So,
yeah.
just so I'm
Bunch of
clear, where are
1950s
we
cars.
located? Are we at like near number 6?
You are at
we
6.
are-
Yeah. To the
Okay.
very south of the map.
All right. Cool. So
Then
we
we're
need to go
fine.
behind us and up. Correct?
Yes, and as you
Okay.
know from previous
I want more map.
episodes and discussions,
Mm-hmm.
that the way to the volcano is through
Yes.
the lava fields to the
It's treacherous.
east.
To the east.
And it is treacherous. You've heard so far other people tell you that it is about a day's journey to the
Yep.
volcano, and you're going to need gear.
I've heard that tidal
Richard
waves
gear?
take like weeks to happen. They totally don't just happen in like 5 minutes.
Nope. But you're probably right. So let's go get some brown ale.
All right.
I've
we're
got
going
that
to-
tentacle. I just need to investigate that tentacle for an hour or so.
Yeah, wait, how much study time do I get for this?
Roll for mountaineering.
So I'm running towards, I guess, where our rooms are. So
The Albatross Bar.
the Albatross Bar to gather up what we can quickly.
Okay. And you know that just a few houses away or buildings away from the Albatross Bar is a general store where it was
Okay.
mentioned previously that
Yep.
you could probably get some gear there.
All right.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if we knew if there was a store
Yeah.
somewhere.
So what I have pretty much everything on me. I don't even know if I put anything in the room yet. We've been constantly going on this mission. Yeah, I guess I could scratch that and we could just proceed right to the store
Might be smart. We have
and
limited time.
gather up what we need. And I'm gonna look for vehicles on the way to see if there's something.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye out to see if there's same thing, just a car. If the sheriff like parked his car,
It might get us a little way up the mountain before we have to get out and walk. It'll save some time.
Yep.
Mhm,
And
that's what I
just
was
to, sorry guys, just to interject here, try to keep in character if you can. A little more interesting.
Well, if we're going to ascend to the top of a mountain, we might want to first gear up, as they say. From what I've heard, it's going to be quite the journey.
The more
As
you
we're all
carry, the
running,
slower
we're
you
talking.
go.
I mean, as long as I don't go over my carry weight and I become over encumbered, I can still sprint.
Still not a video
but
game.
All right.
think about
So
how...
can we get to the store so we can actually talk? Because I'm ahead of them running,
No,
so
you
I'm
got-
not
you
going to
guys
have a
need-
conversation with them as I'm
That's
running.
fine. It's not a conversational thing. It's just like, you guys are like, we're just all going
Okay.
in your normal voices. So you're just like, it's just
I've always done
uninteresting.
that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to role play that though. If we're
Guys,
running.
follow me.
I did.
Come on, let's go get some stuff.
This is you versus Wild. You decide.
There you go.
I want to kill Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
All right. What's the store?
Tried
General
so
store.
hard.
Okay. We got to get to the general store and get some stuff as soon as possible.
Agreed. We're going to need whatever
You
advantages
have to
we
talk
can
louder.
get.
I'm ahead of you.
They're only gonna have pretty general, useless
You
crap.
couldn't hear me. You're in the back.
Is there a Target around here?
No, but there is a
No,
Walmart.
just a Walmart.
I'll do the yes and. Yes, the general store is called Jeff's Target.
Jeff's Target. And how far is Jeff's Target from me?
Like I said,
Well,
it's just a couple buildings away from the Albatross
Number
Bar.
5. Okay.
Then we'll go.
All right.
Next scene.
Yeah, just explain to me how you're getting in. What are you doing? Just explain.
Okay.
Tell the story.
We run to the store, and then we break in because nobody's here. They're all at the shore.
Whoa, Mister! I'm always.
I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just gonna take action. So I'm gonna. If the door's not unlocked, I'm gonna bust it open. So I'm arriving at the store and I'm trying the door handle.
It's unlocked.
Okay. Everybody, grab what you need. Necessary stuff only. We gotta hurry. I think that's a tidal wave coming.
You insist.
I'll start grabbing some snacks.
And what kind of snacks do you grab?
Hold on, I gotta think of unsponsored things.
Hydrox
Brugels.
Hydrox
Brugels.
Stuff we
Bruffles.
want, guys.
Chips
Stuff we
Arg.
want to have.
The cookies, Chips Arg.
Moritos?
Yeah. There's
Oreos.
that chip Doro Frito.
All right.
All right, I'm
Those
going to
are
grab
awesome.
rope, a backpack to put everything in, some flares. What else could we use?
Getting
I
some
already got a
flashlight.
flashlight.
Dramatic.
I'm going to look around for like face masks or anything like that, whether it's just the little cheap disposable ones or
Like to protect your breathing or to,
to
hide your
protect my
face?
breathing going up to a volcano. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'll grab
find-
I'll grab a Lakeland 500 fire suit that they have.
Someone's Googling. No, you usually find some of those like cheapo
Okay, good.
masks.
Like
to
you would
protect
use for
your breathing.
painting or
Yep.
something.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
you
I
find
think.
you find
I'll
a
throw
pack of like 3 or 4 in there.
All right,
No big
throw that
deal.
in the backpack.
Awesome.
Only
And
three.
Glow
Definitely
sticks.
dies.
If I can find glow sticks,
you
I'll
find
grab
flares and
those.
glow sticks, no issue.
Okay.
Anything else you can think of?
If it's going to be a day, holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll throw a couple power bars and some water. Bottles of water.
Can we check? We need to check for MREs.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I agree.
I'd say MREs, no problem.
Yeah,
I
okay.
get a surfboard for when we get murdered by the tidal wave.
He's on the lava flow. Woo!
That's not how that works.
Well, you know how this works, Roy. Go ahead and give me a luck roll.
Oh, you
Oh,
bet.
snap. Come on, surfboard.
No,
I'll
sorry.
spend the luck.
Looks like there was a spot for one, but it just says out of stock. Sorry.
You
Be
realize
back
if
soon.
we had a bucket, I could fill that lava and dump and just wreak havoc all over the island.
Yeah. Minecraft's taught me anything. It's that a lava source block can do a lot of damage.
It's like Escape
All
from
right,
LA.
so I'm going to yell at them. Hey, don't forget food. Food and water.
I started with food, Jack. You know me.
Morito?
Hey, I'm just reminding you.
Well,
to yell.
Taco flavored Morito?
You're yelling at me. I'm just
I'm
trying to do.
sorry. Hey,
Look.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Take a
I'm
super
I'm a
cola.
little stressed. Oh, thanks. Can I have that zero super cola?
No, it's
I'm
super
watching
cola
the weight.
1. There's 1 calorie.
1 calorie.
And a couple
Plethora of
cans of
commercial
bat.
ideas.
So while Jack's grabbing survival equipment and Roy is going for food and snacks, I'm going to take care of hydration. So I'm going to be looking for canteens. If I can find water purification, either like those tablets that you drop in that makes water safe to drink, so we can get it from out there.
I'd say that's reasonable.
Okay.
Iodine tablets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Iocane
Of.
powder.
The thing where you can pee in and then drink your pee.
Well, you can do that anyway.
Life
Where do you
straw.
think we're gonna get the water on this volcano?
We're bringing bottled water with us.
Why we
I
need to
threw a bunch of
purify
bottled
it.
water in.
You're wasting so much space in your front pocket with that 1 millimeter tablet.
Yeah, Brian, you have a slot for each of your hands. Yeah, as soon as you put something there, it's filled up.
Take a flashlight and my gun.
Hold still, I'm patching you up.
I
You're
take
gonna
out
have
the
to get
flashlight
rid
and
of
put in
some
a
bowls,
power bar.
man.
All right, so I fill my pack up with all the goodies, and I want to make sure I find a decent hatchet to take with me.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You find a hatchet.
Okay, cool.
He's going for the hatchet. I want a machete.
I want him a
I was
chainsaw.
thinking-
I'm not
helping
sure
to
the machete
climb,
would
but-
be something that would be found on this particular island. It's not really, huge vegetation. But give me a luck roll.
Right.
But they are epic, so
They are epic.
I needed 64 and I rolled an 8.
All right.
He found a
yep.
crate
They
of
had a
them.
whole crate of machetes in the back room, guys.
You did actually. Yeah, you found.
We all get a machete.
There are 6 of them.
I don't
Brand
know if
new
anyone else wants one,
machetes.
but I found a load of machetes in the back.
He gets duct tape and tapes 4 of them together in the shape of a star. It's like,
I want the Darth Maul machete.
Kroll.
Nice.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Oh, my arm. Well, then now I need to find something cool. I'm going to look for a hand crossbow.
That would be. You're gonna need an extreme on that.
Okay,
Extreme luck.
I got this.
Say you have to
You
roll
need
a
a
1.
5.
I've got this because I have 22 luck, guys. I did not do it. I needed a 22. I rolled a 47. That
right,
fails.
so-
So I drop one of the machetes on my foot.
Yeah.
You
So no
die.
crossbows. There doesn't seem to be a huge need for that here.
I'm just
all
going to
real
hand him
creative.
one of the machetes, and I'm also going to hand one to Declan.
Cool. I'm going to feed my belt through the loop of the machete and have it on
All
my
right.
side.
Nice. All right, give me
gonna
a
make
second
it
here.
really
I'm
easy to
gonna
pull
just
out
quickly
quickly.
open up my.
We got to have
Keeper
montage
look.
music over that, though.
Us
Us loading up.
That's right.
Like 80s montage music for our...
Pouring in all my
You
power
gotta be
bars.
the best to be the best. You gotta
Exactly.
take it to the top of the mountain,
We are going up a mountain.
to the lava. All right, equipment. Let me see if I got machete in here. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Machete.
Cause
Oh,
you're simply the best.
I just found an instant kill serum
Ooh.
that lets me kill anyone. Tell me what I
Fancy.
need. Tell me what I need to roll.
You have to
get
roll a
this.
1.
I need Jeremy to
You
tell
need
me
to
what
roll
I
a
need.
0.
Okay. You guys, do you have your machetes jotted down in your equipment?
That's what I'm doing right
Yeah.
now. There's a separate box, so we could put the temporary stuff in there.
But you may be using these, so
That's in temporary now.
you may want to.
Like, I'm adding it as a weapon.
Yep.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So, yeah, in the
Yes.
combat section, there's a button that
Yeah.
says add.
So
So
he's
let me know
telling
when
us
you're
that.
ready to plug
Rather
in
than
some
killing
shit.
us. So,
We'll start with the machete.
Okay.
what should we
Okay.
It's
set it
fighting
as?
brawl.
That's what I
Okay.
figured.
Okay. It is
Damage.
It is 1d8,
Ooh.
A lot of
and it
damage.
should be
That's
plus
a lot of damage.
plus DB, and it's going to be touch and 1 attack. Brian, you picked up a hatchet, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to need
Thank
to
you,
plug that
sir.
in as an additional weapon.
Yep. Go ahead.
It is. It says fighting axe.
Fighting. So I just need to type that in because that doesn't. Oh no, I can't. I don't have that option.
Yeah, it says that's a skill. So I guess you would need to use that as a weapon. You would need to have that as a skill.
Okay, so I can't use it. I wasn't going to use it to
You can
fight
use
with
it for
though,
1%.
Which
But
means you
yeah, I don't
can't-
think.
I was intending to use it to help climb.
No,
more
I
than a-
understand. I understand.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we cover all our bases. So once we get into
Okay.
combat, that yeah, because fighting axe is not a option for you. That would be something you would have to learn.
Okay, that's understandable. So
Okay.
should I just not put it in weapons at all?
Yeah. I was trying to
Okay.
think how do you delete that? I guess just kill it.
I haven't put in the machete yet, so
Kill
I'll
it
just
with
put machete
fire.
over top of
Yeah,
it.
do that. And did you hear what I said previously about the 1d8 plus DB?
Yeah. I put that all in. Yep.
Okay.
Touch 1. Yep.
So we're good there. So let's
Cool.
move on. We're going to say that's pretty much all the equipment you guys find.
Okay.
I think we've milked that cow.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
just writing it down so I don't
hang on
forget
here
what I
for a
grabbed.
while. So is the
I say we
title
pull a
okay yet?
Disney and we split this into 2 and we continue shopping for equipment next episode.
So you just finished shopping in the shop.
We need to spend 45 minutes discussing how hard it was for us to shop.
True. It was tough. I need a Manny
Well,
Petty.
it took 40 minutes just you trying the credit card over and over again. I said denied.
This is the slowest tidal wave ever.
Okay, so I'm going to look back out the front door, look both ways, make sure to see if I see a vehicle. Because we kind of came busting in here quick.
Sure. So while the rest of the folks are inside finishing up their stuff and stowing their equipment the best they can, Jack has already done so, and he sneaks out, pops his head out the door, looks to the south and where they came from essentially, and doesn't see any vehicles. Scans his way to the north and notices a tidal wave looming, casting a shadow and encroaching fast.
Son of a biscuit.
And it's just starting to crest.
And there's Aquaman.
And I'm going to need you to make a sanity roll, Jack.
Ay, Dios mío. It's just water, bro.
We gotta go check on those people down by the shore.
Jack, you realize that these people are still standing there.
Mm-hmm.
And you might as well say goodbye to them now.
Goodbye.
Everyone I ever care about dies.
Oh, great. Here we go again, boys. I needed a 78. I rolled a 96. That's a fail.
All right, Jack, how many sanity do you have right now?
78.
Current sanity is 78. You're going to take 1 point of sanity as you realize that these people are doomed.
I am so much less sane than you are.
All right. Well, don't look then when you come out.
I know the feeling.
So we're going to quickly switch back to the sanity cheat sheet.
Don't cheat. It's bad.
So, Jack, basically you're going to lose a little bit of self-control here. So I'm going to let you determine what that means as you see. It doesn't need to be crazy like Roy firing up the place or anything like that. Yeah. It just needs to be some involuntary action.
Okay.
He shits his pants.
I pull out my machete and chop Roy's head off.
Yay!
I just drop to my knees and just single tears on both sides go down my cheeks.
That's so
realizing
crazy.
that all those lives are gone.
And Rocky and Roy and Declan, you see Jack loudly fall to his knees, his equipment clattering to the ground. He's in the doorway looking northward at something you can't see, but you can see a tear just rolling openly down his right cheek, and his mouth is agape. His eyes
pull my
are
pants
wide.
back up.
Zip stig.
Wrong cheek.
Sneaky cheek.
A big tear.
It's a huge tear.
Right down the back, down the cheek.
Huge tracks of tears.
Don't be crying, loser.
Yeah, but you guys didn't hear what I said under my breath.
No, so I just noticed the crying.
It's beautiful.
I'm
gonna head outside to see what's got him all worked up.
He's not that worked up.
Rocky walks to the door and takes a look to the north where he's looking, just in time to see a monstrous tidal wave crash on the shoreline and decimating everybody who is standing there.
Oh my.
We're done.
And Rocky,
Quick, we need to get to low ground.
Rocky, why don't you go ahead and give me a intelligence roll, please?
Let's have a swim, fellas.
I needed a 60. I rolled a 35. That's a success.
All right, there's two things that you realize. Number one, this tidal wave probably won't reach you. But you know that tidal waves often bring repeats behind it. This may not be the big one. May only be the first one.
Lovely.
We only have 37 hours.
Jack Bauer.
Jack
I'm
Whiteside.
gonna walk over to Jack, and I'm gonna kind of kneel down so I'm face to face with him. Put my hands on his shoulders.
Declan is pissed. He's like, I never.
So it's Flo. He just feels it.
Sir, I
That's why we can't do anything.
thought we had. Oh, wait, do the voice, Jeremy. Sir, I thought we had something together. What do you think with these?
This is why we can't have nice things on this podcast.
I guess we're through. Roy, I'm joking.
Oh, shit. Okay, sorry, Rocky. Go ahead.
Is the class ready to continue?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sorry that I'm the most mature person here.
So I'm gonna kneel down, hands on his shoulders. Look, I know it's a terrible thing what happened to those people down there, but they're gone. We can't bring them back. What we can do, however, is stop whatever the hell is coming out of this island from killing everyone else on this planet.
I wipe it away. All right, let's go. We gotta move. I stand up. Kiss him on the cheek.
I am again saying, let's go.
Grab the pack.
Roy, did you just say I am Iron Man?
Yeah. But we're
It's ironic, man.
I'm Irony Man.
He just irons clothes all day.
that was such a great ad campaign. It was so unexpected that Iron Man would use the song Iron Man in their commercials.
Nobody would have ever guessed it.
I personally would have gone with My Heart Will Go On, but
All right, so now that I've composed myself, do I see a vehicle anywhere near that we can quickly use? No? Okay.
No, if there was one, it may have been to the north, but
In the water.
that is probably not the way to go.
Why?
Submarine.
go north.
All
You're
right,
saying we shouldn't go that way, which clearly means we should go that way.
All right, guys.
Everybody knows that.
let's double time it back. Let's go. Go, go, go. We got to go to the east. Follow the path. Who's got the Sherpa?
I got a wool sweater. Does that count?
Yep, everybody get on his back. All right,
Declan,
let's go.
You got to carry us, Declan. I can't go on.
But like you got to carry us like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly up the stairs.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Ting, 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 ting.
So I'm going to start trekking towards the east, the lava fields.
Okay.
I'll be right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
You coming, Roy?
I got to take my time. My knees aren't so good anymore.
All right, so you move either fast or creakingly towards the east.
I have
And,
rapidly aged as the scenario.
He's got a
has
walker.
gone.
And you arrive at the Thatched House Museum, which is essentially the entry into the lava fields.
Okay.
And beyond the emerald farmlands of Edinburgh are fields of volcanic rock where lava once ran down from Queen Mary's Peak and hardened here as it was cooled by the ocean breezes.
Good thing I brought an umbrella.
The landscape is treacherous, with porous outcroppings reaching upward like the hands of sundered supplicants to indifferent gods of flame and fire. But a few pathways have been cut through the stone. These wind through the blackened rock, leading inevitably, inexorably, to the dormant volcano towering high above, which might be reached in a day's hike.
Which day?
Aha! So that's what you guys see.
All right.
We'll do the hike.
We can do this in 8 hours, boys. Let's go.
But Roy's knees.
No. Free climbing doesn't hurt my knees. It's just walking.
As long as he jogs backwards, his knees will be fine.
I'm like
It
Edward in
undoes
Twilight,
all
and I just go.
years.
Running backwards undoes the damage to his knees.
Like playing the record in reverse. You summon what you really want. What?
When I run backwards, the creaking says, "Hail Satan."
Your knees. What's wrong with your knees? Who's that guy
Freddy is the
dressed in
devil.
red? You ready for this, boys?
Oh, I don't think I'll ever be ready for this, but we might as well get on with it.
All right, let's go. I take the lead, and I start trekking up.
Star Trek.
So
Trekking to the stars, boys.
trekking, baby. As long as I prosper. So it is. At first, it's pretty easy to get along. There's the pathway that's been cut through the rock has been gone over numerous times, and it's not until you've gone maybe a quarter mile that it starts to become a lot more. The black rock porous outcroppings are starting to climb above you, so no one is bothered to try to knock those down or carve the pathways that much wider, so they sort of narrow in on you a little bit. So you have to be a lot more careful about where you step and what might catch your clothing, because it's starting to become more and more like mountain climbing.
Got it.
Roll for step.
Roll for step.
Come on, Sam.
And I believe, if I'm understanding this correctly, it sounds like Jack is probably taking the lead.
That's what he
Yeah,
Followed
that's
by
exactly
Rocky,
what I said
followed by
in words.
Roy, and I'm going to say Declan is probably keeping the rear, just to keep an eye on Rocky's rear. But
America's
also, that's right.
No spoilers.
Technically, the spoiler ban lifted on Monday, and
That's
this will be
true.
going out tomorrow, so
Okay, so Jack is the first to encounter this. So you're moving along the pathway, which is becoming a lot more constricted, but then it suddenly opens up into a little bit of a clearing, and it looks like there's some sort of makeshift camp. And you see a tent, a couple tables set up with a canopy over it, and looks like there might be some like wires running from beneath one of the canopies and out of the tent to different spots, sort of like along the pathway leading up, but also into the actual lava fields themselves. So all these wires are leading out.
I'm going to put my hand up in a fist.
And
So
I'll walk
gets everybody behind me to stop.
Everybody just walks past you.
I'll walk past them to the tent door and start banging on it and yell, "Hey, Brokeback, get out here!"
You banging on the flap of the door?
Yeah.
And all Roy hears is,
I'll unzip the door.
and his
slowly,
pants.
sensually.
Zip.
Okay, so Roy is making his way to the tent. What are you guys doing?
I think this is base camp.
I'm going to grab a pair of binoculars from Declan and take a look down at the shoreline. I want to see if I can spot where the water level is at, because usually with a large wave, you'll see the negative end will pull the water out to sea before the big wave comes back up and in.
Perfect.
So I want to see if I can tell if the other wave is on its way yet or what.
Nice. I love this. Okay. And Jack?
I'm going to examine the wire that's running from the tent to the covered tables area.
Great. So you're examining the canopy with the table and all the wires that are sort of emanating from all that stuff.
The wires.
The wires.
No, the wire, the television.
We're going to go ahead and start with Rocky. Why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden?
I needed a 60. I rolled a 33. That is a successful spot hidden.
All right. So, you bring the binoculars up and scan the horizon. You are obviously a little bit above sea level now. Clearly, the pathway up to the volcano is rising topographically. And you do indeed see what you expect, that the tide has sort of gone out a bit. So there is even more of the beach revealed. There is no sign of any of the people that you can make out anyways, not with that roll. However, you do see two things. And for you, Rocky, it always seems to be two things for some reason. You see...
They're dangling right in front of your face. Oh.
You do see a distant shadow on the horizon that stretches along the horizon. That seems to be vertically increasing. So your best guess would be yet another wave on its way. And you see what appear to be white, bloated things writhing on what has been revealed of more of the shoreline. So the tide has gone out to probably, your estimation would be maybe 50 yards from where it would ordinarily be. And whatever was left there is thrashing around on the shoreline far below.
What on earth? Jack, do you mind coming here for a moment? I'm gonna kind of yell over my shoulder.
All right, so we'll switch back to Jack first so he can finish up his checking of the wires and all that. So, Jack, you notice Roy heading towards the tent. You're like, okay. And you head to...
Whatever.
Take the tent. And you see Okay, I got it. You see what appears to be like kind of a table you might buy at like Costco, just a fold-out plastic table, very durable. And on it is a bunch of monitoring equipment. And you immediately recognize probably like seismographs.
Okay.
All these wires are leading off into the field somewhere, in the lava fields and up the mountain. And there is a marine battery that is powering this, and a Chromebook.
Yoink.
And you hear Rocky call you as you notice and take all this in.
All right.
And then Roy, you go to the tent, and you can see that the flap is open already and sort of flapping in the breeze slightly.
That's an invite.
Then I'll open it.
So you peek in, and it looks like, clearly this was just a small tent that someone was camping out in, quote unquote. And so inside you see what appears to be like, just looking through the flap, at a quick glance, sleeping bag, a battery-powered lantern, solar-powered lantern, and just like maybe like a little bit of food and water and some equipment, and a backpack stuck in the corner.
Check the backpack.
All right, so you enter the tent. So, Rocky, you asked Jack to come over here and check something out.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and play that out.
Here.
I look over to see where he's at exactly and walk over to him.
You see
Push
him
him off.
You see him with binoculars to his face.
Okay.
I want you to. I'm gonna kind of binoculars off and hand them over. Take a look out by the
I've already got
shoreline.
mine up.
Tell me if you see anything down there.
Go ahead and give me a spot hidden, Jack.
All right. I needed a 77. I rolled an 87.
So all you see is basically a devastated shoreline, but there's a bit of mist that comes off of the lava field far to the north, which is behind you now. And sort of drifts across your vision, so you can't really see that well. So you don't really see much.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. It didn't come in as far as we thought it would, but it still destroyed that whole dock area.
I was taking a glance down there, and I could have sworn there was some sort of thing on the the bottom of the ocean where the water's been pulled back. It was white and bloated, and it oddly looked like it might have been where your tentacle came from.
I pulled the binoculars up again and looked down again. I can't see it. There's too much mist coming across there. It looks like it's getting foggy. Do you know if another wave's coming, or should we worry?
Well, with the elevation we have, we should be safe. But yes, there is another wave coming. You can partially see it on the horizon, but the more telling sign is the fact that there's about 50 yards of exposed beach down there that should not be.
Got it. Yeah. I sorry, I didn't see what you did. I can't get a good visual of that.
Fine. Find anything interesting over at the rest of the camp?
It looks like seismographic equipment, best I can tell.
Well, I dare say we found Ingrid Pitt's research station.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that would make sense.
I knew that.
Let's go check on Roy and keep moving. I don't want to waste any more time if we don't have to.
Of course.
All right, let's switch back to Roy. And so you enter the tent, and I'm going to need you to make a spot hidden, please.
Enters the tent and randomly feels the need to scream. I knew that.
Oh, boom. 70. Needed 70. Got a 58. I see the future.
Nice. So, you definitely see that this is probably Sister Ingrid Pitt's base camp. And just putting all those little things together that you've encountered previously. And you immediately spot that backpack and go straight towards it, unzip it, and you see inside is her notebook.
Oh.
Awesome. And I read that. We have time.
Of course. And basically it is an account of all her studies. She was sent here about a year ago by a university to monitor volcanic activity. And so she basically put sensors all around the area to monitor that and record the findings. And pretty much everything's been very boring and uneventful until last week, Tuesday.
When she got murdered.
The entry reads,
Ouch.
while setting up for the day, I met a strange man coming up the path from the direction of the shore. To my knowledge, no new boats had moored in several weeks, and I'm sure I would have noticed a newcomer by then. He had the most curious pale blonde hair. I'm 96% sure it was a Malfi 10 NGV. When I said hello, he startled as if he hadn't seen me. I asked if he'd arrived recently, and he replied, "Not sure. When are we?" I couldn't help but laugh, then embarrassed quickly explained this was Tristan Kahuna. "No, I know that," he said. "When are we?" Without waiting for an answer, he inspected my computer, then muttered something under his breath. I could only make out a couple words. Father and ritual. Before I could ask if he was here to help old Reverend Summers, he headed up the mountain without another word. I'll ask the Reverend when I see him next. And that was the last entry. And we'll switch
The
back
next
to...
entry was...
Yep, Rocky and Jack.
Bullwinkle. Oh.
I'm gonna say, hold on one second. I'm gonna kind of go around back, and I'm gonna just grab a power bar out of his backpack and pop open a water bottle and just take the moment we're sitting still to kind of try and get a little bit of energy back before we keep heading up the mountain.
Oh, quarter mile is just terrible.
I was gonna say we haven't gone very far. It's like 10 minutes.
Preparing for the journey ahead.
I look over and all of the bars are gone.
I'm the
like,
old and out of shape one.
Rocky takes 45 minutes to make some pasta.
I don't have to wait long. The water's going to come to me, and it's already pre-salted. So
That's right. All right, so I'm gonna be like, all right, Rocky, let's get Roy. We gotta keep moving.
Rocky, let's get roiling.
Let's get roiling.
Roiland.
So I'm going to walk up towards the tent and bang on the side of it. Roy, let's keep going.
I'm a bit busy.
Put it away.
So-
We got to go.
I'm taking a nap.
A dirt
All right,
nap.
we'll see you tomorrow.
All right,
I'm
then
gonna
I
start
guess
walking.
you
What,
don't
is he
get.
rifling through her sock drawer for money again?
It's called a panty raid, dude. Learn about it.
See you next Tuesday.
Hey.
All right,
Yeah,
come
that
here.
sounds
Get
good.
in here. You come in quietly, Jack. Don't alert Rocky to the situation.
That guy from the Jersey Shore is here?
What's going on, Roy?
Get in the tent. I'll pull him into the tent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like that.
Zoink.
Rocky's dumb, and he'll overanalyze the crap out of this info and make it not cool anymore. But I found Ingrid's notes, and according to her, some quantum creep came up the shoreline last week or something, and he was like, "Oh, what time am I in? Father ritual."
Wait a minute. Do you think that could be Dan?
It could be Dan. It could be evil Reverend Bro.
If there's any chance that could be Dan, we need to get up there as quickly as we can.
I thought we were
And
already
hope
doing
there's no
that.
sand. It's Dan.
All right, I vote we leave Rocky because he's the slowest party member.
I pull out my my switchblade. Right? Do I have a
Stab
lock
Roy?
blade? I pull out my lock blade
Yeah.
and
Pull out your
I
machete.
I cut a slit in the back of the tent. Let's go.
I'm standing at the backside of the tent, arms crossed, just watching.
All right, good. You're here. Let's go.
He sees us doing like the Austin Powers shadows through the tent.
It's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
All right, boys. You still want me to lead?
Nah, I got it.
Oh, Christ. We're going to be 4 years to get up there. 1, 2, take a break.
We've gone so far. We should rest here for the
I
night.
ate all
Who's
this
got a power bar? We
sandwiches.
went 3/4 of a mile.
It runs in the Arroyo family. Just because he doesn't act like an Arroyo doesn't mean he's genetically not one.
All right, I'm going to take the lead again.
All right. So you
Broken.
guys continue along. The black, porous rock of the lava fields becomes more treacherous as you ascend. Few have traveled this far up the mountain, so the pathways quickly turn to narrow crevices, in which footholds might easily turn into broken ankles if you're not careful. And of course, this is where your equipment and panty raid comes into handy. So you quickly realize that it was wise of you to stop and grab some of the equipment, because in certain places you need to use the rope to help each other up, and you continue around. So it's about, let's see if it was morning, let's say around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Let's say 8 o'clock just for fun's sake.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Let's say it's getting to be near
I thought we
dusk.
were gonna.
Let's say it's about near dusk.
Oh, nice. So we've been going a while.
Yes.
From dusk till
Come
dawn.
on, baby.
Wow.
From dawn to dusk. You're about halfway up the mountainside when the rank odor of rotting fish assails your nostrils. Yeah, no, that's not right. Fuck that up. You're about halfway up the mountainside when the rank odor of rotting fish assails your senses. At the
Sorry.
At the periphery of your vision are furtive, shadowy movements of someone or something closing in. It disappears behind outcroppings before you can get a bead on it, but the stench is getting stronger.
I raised my fist up.
I give him another fist bump.
I keep walking.
Guys, there's something up ahead of us.
It's probably Dan. Let's go.
You take the lead, Roy.
I wanted to earlier.
And, yeah, absolutely right. So Rocky gives Jack a fist bump. Declan looks on in wonder as Roy just passes by Jack with a quip. And then in front of you leaps some sort of creature. And I'm going to go ahead and show you this.
Ooh.
Yay, again. I'm gonna
That's what you
die.
get for taking the lead.
I didn't for the most time. He should be the one who's being punished.
Look what you're
Yay.
fighting, bruh.
So let me just go ahead and roll my sanity now.
Throws a power bar at him.
So a bloated frog-like creature standing on
Thing.
2 feet, slightly larger than, let's say Declan's probably the biggest guy, right?
Yeah.
Slightly
17
larger than
feet tall.
Declan, with holding a sharp black rock obsidian tipped spear.
Holy shit.
And lands directly in front of Roy. I'm going to need everybody to make a sanity roll.
Not me.
please.
I did the fist halt.
Actually,
Epic.
there is one person who doesn't need to make one, and that would be Jack.
I needed a 59. I got a 49. That's a success, which means I'm going to fail every roll in combat.
I needed a 69. I rolled a 14. That's a hard success.
So Rocky and
69.
Roy are startled by the appearance of this creature, but things have already been weird.
Dude.
And
Is it just
scared
me, or does
me.
that look slightly like Great Aunt Ingrid?
but yeah, like it's still like disconcerting that this thing has appeared out of nowhere, particularly in a lava field.
It's called personal space, dude. Learn some.
Face to
And
face and leave some space for Jesus.
Jack is also startled by this thing, but
He did the fist thing, so he's fine.
Yeah.
as he stands there frozen with his fist in the air, he feels as if he knows this thing.
It's his mom.
And
Leah?
the bloated frog-like thing's gaze locks on his eyes, and you see a
Love
bit
at
of a
first sight.
smile
Hear that?
crease its jagged maw.
Hear that, Discord? You were looking for a ship.
And I think that's where we
Jack
need to
plus
call it.
frog thing.
Oh,
Oh,
We're not going to
that
quite get to combat tonight, so
true love.
We're not going to get to combat at all because
but we will do
they're
combat.
digging it. That's his son. He
Yeah.
gave birth to that, and we didn't even notice.
That's my butt baby.
Tune in next time for Chapter 8, Tryst. All right, let's discuss some theories, thoughts.
Like I just said, he gave birth to that when he got.
I think he's a monster.
When he got raped by those things.
What
I think whatever the doctor did to me,
The Reverend.
the Reverend, there's some type of connection there.
What do you mean?
I don't know yet because I
Well,
don't know what the
theory.
doctor did to me. Well,
Theorize.
but I woke up fully healed after getting shot twice in the chest, and I should be dead.
I think
No
it's the
wounds.
deep ones.
But I told him I would do anything if he could save me.
That's true, you did.
So I'm thinking,
you
me
made
personally,
love to
not
a
the
frog.
character, of course, that he put some, I don't know, maybe some creature blood in me or some type of ritual or spell. I have no idea. But if I'm not afraid of this and I feel a connection to it, then there's something
Smiling at you.
there's something wrong with me. Or
gonna-
it's the doctor. Or
It's
it's
gonna hand you a note that says, "Do you like me? I like you." That difference.
circle
It's a
yes,
cootie
no, or
catcher.
maybe. Or it could be
think-
the Reverend.
It's the meme from the dreams that the Reverend was with. Theory.
Ooh, nice.
Wow, fair point. He was with
Nice.
a weird frog creature thing.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Any theories about Ingrid's journal?
She wrote in it.
I think that it's half-inch margin paper.
I think it's Dan.
I
'Cause
personally prefer college rule.
He
but-
dyed his hair blonde. I remember that. So I think that's him. But he also was asking when is he rather than where.
Well, it's because we're gonna
years?
jump the shark and do a time traveling
and
journey.
we know that he traveled with some creature that was helping him try to
So-
fulfill this.
He was wondering about. Clearly, he was worried or thinking about the father who was. He's obviously behind this. At this point, I think it's pretty safe to say. But the way that he phrased
Who is behind it?
Who's he?
Father, brother.
Who's that?
father,
Uncle?
brother, uncle, sister.
Who's that?
No, we don't know names, and you're just doing
the
this to
pastor, the priest, the
father, brother,
Oh,
reverend.
do you mean the Reverend?
reverend.
Is it the Reverend or is it? I can never keep those two straight. Like, aren't they just the
That's
same
true.
thing?
That's why a wiki exists.
Yeah,
Lee Summers.
Yes.
yeah. Summers, Reverend Summers,
Reverend Brother Lee Summers. Yes.
Reverend Summers.
And who's the other guy?
The other one is
Howie Neal,
with our knees, damn it.
father, brother John Sharp, dull, not so sharp.
He's the one that hasn't mattered.
Right. Well, he's gone.
He's yeah, he doesn't matter.
Now.
Okay.
Well, we found
Some
out
good
how
stuff.
Howie Neal.
Yeah. You did figure that part out.
He
Tebow.
kneels in the water.
All right. Well, guys, it's time for some recommendos. So why don't we roll at D100?
Oh, I
on
can
with
do
it.
that now. It's just gonna take a year.
No,
All right.
it works
Advanced
now.
dice roll.
83.
Ooh,
15.
nice.
78.
All right. I heard a buzz of some sort.
I did too.
That was my house
Vibrator.
noises,
My
but
house.
no one was talking, and it didn't matter.
Well,
so-
I screwed up, so I rolled a 95, so I'll go first. And then it will be Gabe, Matt, and Brian last. So
Brian.
tonight I will be recommending the game Drop Mix from Hasbro,
Ooh,
developed by Harmonix of Rock Band fame. It is a strange but fun musical card game with 3 modes of play. Clash, wherein teams play against each other. Party, which is co-op, where you kind of score some points. And Freestyle, where you just kind of slap down some cards to change the songs. Wow. And each card in this system includes vocals, guitar, bass, keyboard, and or drums, could contain one or all of those, tracks from popular songs in one of several music genres. So when Brian, Gabe, and I played it last Friday, it took a little time for us to figure things out. It took some time to actually pair the device with the board, and then it took a little bit more time to understand the nuances of how the cards interact. But I think once we figured out how everything kind of worked, then we were pretty comfortable with the rhythm of play. It's kind of a blast. I really had a fun time with it. And as I thought about more after we played, I'm like, yeah, this could be a really cool party game. I think it's best with 2 or 4 players, particularly the Clash game mode, because it can be a little offsetting. I think Gabe played as a single player versus our 2 player, and then I switched it over and did the same thing. And so it's a little bit more intense if you're 1 player against 2 players. So I think a nice even team seems to work a lot better with a Clash. There are expansion packs available on Amazon that are available to increase the variability, so you can buy like a particular hip hop pack or a particular rock pack, whatever it is. And although I think that these things are, even though that the core game is on sale for like $50, which is pretty good, the actual expansion packs are, I think, a little on the expensive side. And I understand why. There's an NFC device within each of the cards, which is really cool, actually. It works really, really fucking well. But if you're a card game player anyways, then maybe you have no problems with that sort of investment. And if you're if you like Rock Band and you like card games, you're totally gonna love Drop Mix, and I would recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
I would say
Once we
it's,
got the hang of it.
I would say it's probably going to be more liked by the casual gamer than it would be by the hardcore card game guy.
Yeah, because it's kind of instant gratification.
Yeah.
with this
Yeah, and
game.
it's just like a party game. It's not
Yeah.
super serious.
And
the free mode was fun.
it's very weird. It's like it's almost like I don't want to say this in a bad way, but it's like it's almost too intellectual. Like it works on a certain level, but you have to have complete buy-in in order to properly enjoy it, I think.
Yeah, I'm an absolute genius. That's why I was able to play it.
That's it. Yeah. So, but I mean, I love Rock Band, and if anybody else loves Rock Band, you've always appreciated what Harmonix has done, and to like sort of morph that into a card game is really strange, and it's fun. So, give it a try. Dropmix loved it. So,
I'm here.
Matt didn't play.
Yeah,
it.
Matt wasn't invited.
I wasn't invited.
Yeah, we had other fun.
working.
We had other fun.
You guys.
So next up we have Gabe.
So I'm gonna recommend a web series that got put on Netflix, and it's gonna be from this point forward it'll be produced by Netflix. So I don't know if the first season's awesome. If the second season or further suck, blame Netflix. It's called The Kirlian Frequency. They're like 10-minute episodes, and there's only 8 of them, so really you can sit down and watch it in like an hour and a half or so, maybe even less. But I sat down and I watched it all. I watched it like 1 in the morning, and that probably helped because it's really eerie, creepy. It's this animated like anthology story about this fake town. Did you hear that buzz?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. It's this animated anthology about this fake town in the middle of nowhere in Argentina that people sort of get sucked into, either passing through, and it's all these supernatural things going on. And like basically once nightfall comes, it's no holds bars. The cops stop working and all the supernatural things come out. And the way that it's formatted is it's like a DJ, and he's taking in calls from some of these people who have experienced what is coming, or in some situations they're taking it as it's going on. So he's like documenting what goes on. And it's the animation style is awesome. It's super minimalist, like silhouetted. It's very cool. You gotta see it. It was in Spanish when it was released, but I mean, it was dubbed over in English, but there's not really mouth movements, so it's not like a bad dub.
Nice.
Because like they're just silhouetted, and there is some stuff that you gotta end up reading. It's just it does so many things in such a short amount of time. It's really good, and they're making more, and hopefully Netflix won't ruin it. So that's the Kirlian Frequency.
If they keep the same director and actors and stuff, hopefully they'll let them. Netflix does a pretty good job, I think, at letting the creators be creative.
I tend to find that if they start like that, it's consistently good, but if like halfway through Netflix picks it up, that has a tendency to like Arrested Development. When Netflix picked it up, it got bad, in my opinion.
Real bad.
All right, cool. That sounds totally up my alley, so I'm gonna seek that out
I
for
mean,
sure.
it's really, you could watch the whole thing in like an hour and a half or less.
Nice.
So
Nice.
It sounds like a lot of podcasts, actually.
it's
So I'll be curious to see that, and I love animated stuff. So
Me too.
thank you very much for that. And Matthew, you're up next.
he is gone.
Okay, okay, there we go.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
So I'm going down a little bit of a different path today. I don't have a game for you guys to play. Actually, I have a lot of them, but we're diverging slightly and heading back in time, if you will. Because today I'm going to recommend that everyone pick up a book. As weird as that is.
Is it Good Omen?
Is it Sheila Helsing, Demon Huntress?
Yeah, how'd you? No, it's not that.
Oh.
So the book that I just actually started reading today because it just came in today. It's kind of hard to see for you guys as reverse, but it's Adam Savage's book, the guy behind Mythbusters and Tested. He released a book called Every Tool's a Hammer, and basically what it is it's like part autobiography of where he came from. It's like a chronicle of how he became the maker that he is, and he talks about where he came from in life and how in a lot of stories and a lot of autobiographies, people kind of paint their lives as a straight line from, where they were to what made them famous. Adam takes the route of going through and explaining that that's not how life is, and that it's often a series of, one-way streets and dead ends that might not lead anywhere. But by following the things that you love and the things that you are obsessed with, you can really find some really neat stuff and, kind of learn more about yourself. And it's, from what little of it I've read, I haven't gotten super far into it, but so far it's really, really fascinating to kind of hear from someone in that space how they got to that. And it's just really, like, I'm really enjoying this, and this is the first book that I've actually
ever read.
Oh, first one that I've picked up in a while, but I'm really enjoying it right now, and it's a super cool read.
He's an interesting guy, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of it again?
Every Tool's a Hammer. Life is What You Make It by Adam Savage.
Was that co-written by Maynard?
Tool from Tool.
No.
The Tool. Man.
Tool. MC Hammer, did he help?
No.
Who else we got?
What's the full writing credits?
Thank you, Matthew, for that. And I will augment that and say that another good book is Euphorbia Helioscopia. It's another great book you might want to check out. And
by MC Hammer.
Brian.
What?
Finish this off, buddy, if you know what I mean.
Gross. Come on. Why do I always have to do that?
Finish me off.
Brian, yes, and.
Oh, too late. I started. Now I have to finish.
Sorry. That's off.
You have to finish me off now.
Me off.
I was fortunate enough to be able to see Batman, the 30th anniversary release in theaters. And I honestly don't remember the last time I actually saw it. I'm sure I saw it on VHS way back when, but I actually went to the theater and saw this as a kid when it came out. And it had so many memories flooding back in and just a permagrin the entire movie. I didn't realize, or I couldn't appreciate at my age when I saw that, how good Jack Nicholson got into this role. He stole that movie from Michael Keaton. So if you get a chance to see it again, no, you have to see it again. The original Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, not Nicolas Cage. I still can't get over it. I chuckle to myself with some of the eye movements and the mannerisms that he has, and that he really got into that role and let himself go at a very serious time in his career. So definitely check it out. Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Fantastic movie.
Personally, I give it a 1 out of 10. It doesn't have enough bat nipple.
No, it did. It did.
There's
not
no
in the
nipple.
suit.
There's no
Oh my!
And that's where they went wrong. Clearly, Batman needs nipples on his suit.
No.
Everybody knows that. It's so obvious.
See, he gets it.
You just don't need them on the back. I don't get that part.
No, and I echo Brian's sentiments on that. I had a blast watching that movie. I can't remember. It's been a couple decades since I've seen it. And my gosh, I will add that yes, Brian's exactly right. Jack Nicholson is amazing, but so is everybody else. Like all of the other supporting players are just crazy good. In Michael Keaton, oh my gosh, he's just so well put together. So they should have never switched from him. Anyways.
Yeah, he should still be playing Batman now.
Absolutely, but thank God for Birdman. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's moved on to Birdman, and then after that, he's moved
Vulture,
on to
yeah.
Vulture.
Oh my gosh.
So he's played all bird characters.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, Mr. Mom was a bird character?
Yeah,
Well,
that was pre-Batman. Come on now.
Right.
He hadn't found his footing.
You know,
Beetlejuice
Vulture,
is the
Bat,
bird
whatever
character.
it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Little Mr. Mom joke there. Well, guys, that's it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Music, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our recommendations and social media channels, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, and our Discord server where you can chat with us in real time. Wait till they get a load of me. You can find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anybody wants to start up the Lovecraft Tapes book club, you can hit me up on Twitter at The Real Weird Kid.
And if anybody wants to discuss Birdman or other great cinematic prosthetic noses, you can find me at Lovecraft Gabe.
You can find me at Brian Podcasts on Twitter, and I'm also on Instagram at Brian Lovecraft.
Until next time, roll for... Where does he get all those wonderful toys?
I don't know.
Target?
Joe's Target.
Joe's Target.
You bring it around? Yeah. All right. That's it.